Hello again, everybody. This is Comic Book Hangover. It is very late on a Thursday. We had a lot of stuff to do this evening with work. Had sort of an open house at our son's school. He's going into first grade starting on Monday, and we are heading out of town this weekend for the Woodward Dream Cruise. So had to get everything ready for that. So that's reasons why this is really late and getting posted today. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and just jump right into it, starting with the books that I picked up last week. Now this first one is going to be the Three Stooges, Shemptastic Shemptacular. I grabbed all four covers. I love me some Shemp. Some great stuff there. Now, I wanted to talk about this one. This is the cover I'm going to use. This was a really fun read. They did a really good job capturing, sort of the essence of who Shemp was as far as when he was part of the Three Stooges. But what was really sort of heartfelt, sort of touching about this particular issue is because in this issue we had Larry, Moe, Shemp, and Curly. There were moments in this book where Shemp and Curly were interacting with each other. Now, anybody who's a fan of the Three Stooges knows that while they were doing the original shorts, Shemp and Curly never had any interactions with each other. Actually, there was only one. I can't remember what the name of it was, but there was one after Curly had his stroke and was no longer able to be part of the Three Stooges. They brought Shemp in, and there was one scene in a short where they were in a train, and they walked up to this guy who was sleeping. He was snoring. He had a beard, and he was snoring. He was making Curly noises, and it was Curly. And that scene is notable for the fact that it was the first time that all three of the Howard brothers, Moe, Shemp, and Curly, were on camera at the same time. Now, unfortunately, Curly didn't interact with them, but they were all there. But in this book, they all interact. So if you're a Three Stooges fan, especially if you're one of those fans like myself that always kind of wondered what it'd be like to see Curly and Shemp actually interact with each other, this is definitely a book to look into getting. I know it came out a while ago. I missed it and totally overlooked it and had no idea that it even came out. I was on American Mythology's website, and I was looking through Comic Hub because I have an account on Comic Hub. That's where I pre-ordered my comics for my LCS, and I just did a Three Stooges short search, and this came up. Now the set that they have, it's $19.99, but you get all four of those covers, and there's the standard cover, there's the photo cover, there's a retailer and incentive cover. So it's for $19.99. It's definitely worth it to get all these books. It's a great read. It's an amazing read, especially if you're a Three Stooges fan. Moving on. Silver Coin number 5. If you're a fan of Silver Coin, if you've been curious about it, this is the issue that you definitely want to check out, because this issue here is where they start giving the origin of the coin. Actually, they don't start. They just flat out give the origin of the coin. So this issue here is where we find out exactly what kind of a curse it is, where the curse came from, and why the curse is on this coin. And it is pretty gruesome. I'm very excited. I'm very happy about this book. I'm glad that it's continuing. I think this was actually originally supposed to be the last issue. Originally, it was like a 5-issue miniseries. I feel like the first issue came out, the first or second issue, it graduated up to an ongoing anthology horror series. It's also got a rotating creative crew on there. So we have different writers, different artists, different stories. It's a great read. It's definitely one of my favorite horror books out right now. Actually, I read a lot of horror books, but that definitely is one of my favorites. And moving on, Mighty Morphin number 10. The reason why I wanted to mention this one is because this is where we're supposedly getting into the origin of Lord Zed, longtime villain of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The thing with this is, in this story here, they set up Zed as and this is spoilers, okay? Just letting you know, spoiler alert. They set up Zed as formerly being not just a friend, but a colleague, sort of a mentor to Zordon. And we find out that Dark Spectre's coming, and they've got the Zeo crystal, and they're trying to protect it. But the people who are in charge of Zordon and his warrior brethren kind of wishy-washy in how they want to handle things, and his trainer, Zordon's trainer, decides he's had enough, and he tries to get the Zeo crystal to try to put it someplace to protect it, and loses his skin, and sets him up to be Lord Zed. This also kind of sets up, I think this is the issue where they kind of set up that or the moon actually had flora and fauna at one time. But that aside, the thing about this, and this being Zed's origin, this is being told, if I remember, this kind of being told from Zed's perspective. So I don't know if it's actually true or not. But there was a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers annual that came out a couple of years ago that focused on early Zed. What do you want to call it? A conquest or whatever. And he had Goldar working for him. And in that story, Zed was all covered in a cloak. He had already lost the skin and all that sort of stuff. And there was a moment in there where he calls Goldar and his brother before him to give them their assignment or whatever. And Goldar sees him and thinks to himself, "My God, what happened to his skin?" So in that story, Zed was already, evil, and he was already in charge of, Goldar and his people, and already doing the conquest things. Then he touched the Zeo crystal and loses the skin and becomes the Lord Zed that we all know today. According to this, he was actually a compatriot to Zordon, and in a fit of rage and frustration with his superiors, decided to try to take the Zeo crystal to a safe place and wound up touching it, losing his skin. So we have two different origins right now within the same line of books. We have two different origins of Lord Zed, and I really hope that they're able to sort of reconcile the two origins. Maybe since this one is a story that's being told by Zed, that maybe this one is not factual, because we know Zed is the master of all evil in the universe, so he's not going to tell the truth to save his life. Sorry, it's been really warm and humid, and I'm very, very thirsty. The other one I want to talk about today is the New Defenders, and it's mainly because I love this cover. I absolutely love this Peach Momoko Silver Surfer cover, and the book is pretty good too. You got somebody wearing some weird mask that's I guess is part of Eternity. It's like an Eternity mask, and comes to Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange has to get a new group of defenders together. Silver Surfer is part of it, and they got some weird red harpy that is Betty Brant or something. I don't know. The Marvel universe is so screwed up right now. I've been reading Marvel Comics since 1990, and I have no idea who half these people are anymore. But it was still, for what it was, not really knowing what the heck was going on, it was still a decent read, but this cover is gorgeous. I absolutely, absolutely love it. And last one, I'm going to talk about Bunny Mask a little bit. Still a great series. Issue 3, we've got some great art. The writing is just very well done. But we're kind of learning more about this cave where the bunny mask came from, and who this girl is who's wearing the bunny mask. And it's just a really neat sort of a Fringe meets X-Files type story. So if you're looking for something that's really different and not that far into the run, Bunny Mask is definitely one you want to check out. I really have enjoyed it. Now, before I get into this week's books and talk about Full Run Friday, I do have some free comic book day books that I picked up. My LCS was doing a strict limit of 2 per person. They were keeping track of them, which is great, because their intention was, in a lot of stores, I guess, they're doing this, instead of having free comic book day, it's free comic book week. So they were extending the free comic book day concept for the full week, and in order to do that, they wanted to make sure that they had enough books for the full week, so they limited everything. So somebody like me, I can go in there as many days during the week as I wanted to and get books. I didn't go as many times as I wanted to, but I was able to get a couple of books, and I also visited another LCS. So I'm not sure if I shared these with everybody or not. I don't think I did. But I grabbed the Stray Dogs. I am going to read this one. This is an original story. I think it's a prequel to the miniseries that just recently wrapped up. So this is definitely something for Stray Dogs fans. I, of course, since I'm a fan of Something That's Killing the Children, I had to grab the Enter the House of Slaughter, which, again, original story, so I do have to read this one. From an alternate LCS, I grabbed the Suicide Squad King Shark, just because it was one of the only ones that they had there. The only one they had that I was even remotely interested in was the Batman. It's a Fear State with some huge there's 30 some odd books in this event. I saw the checklist for it, Excuse me, I saw the checklist for it, and no way. There's no way I'm going to get involved with that. I also, from my main LCS, picked up the Scout Comics White Ash. Figured why not? I do like Scout Comics, some of their stuff, so I'm going to check this out. I'm going to read this. And then this one is from Fantagraphics, Red Room. I'm not sure if this is a reprint, partial reprint of the first issue, or original stuff, or what, but I'm going to check it out. So I'm very curious about that Red Room book. I know it's only on issue like 3 or 4, so if I like it, I can still go back and get the ones that I missed. Now, as I said, I'm going to be out of town, so I'm going to have to record my Full Run Friday. Actually, as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to be recording Full Run Friday, so a little behind the scenes action there for you. So instead of just thinking about what I want to do this week, I'm just going to go ahead and do my second Ghost Rider video. This is going to be the Danny Ketch run. Now this will be, I think it's just going to be the Danny Ketch run, because there's some 94 books in that run, plus some annuals. And so this is going to be part 2 of Ghost Rider. There's going to be maybe 3 or 4 parts total, because I've also got Ghost Rider 2099. I've got the Johnny Blaze, the Blaze Ghost Rider Spirits of Vengeance, and then I've got numerous miniseries and one-shots and that sort of stuff as well. But this next one for Full Run Friday this week is just going to be the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider. So Ghost Rider 2 is going to be this week's Full Run Friday. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do for Monday minis, or Mini Mondays, sorry. May not have one this week because everything going on. I haven't had time to read any miniseries. I may not have time to read one this weekend. If I do, great. If not, then I may end up just doing these every other week, so that I could actually keep up on it on that basis. So that said, let's get into the books that I picked up this week. So I grabbed the Batman Secret Files Clown Hunter, because I like Clown Hunter. I know I was really big on Punchline when she first came out, and then they did her origin, which was the stupidest origin, and the whole idea of her using social media was probably, without a doubt, one of the dumbest things I ever heard for the new character, but whatever, it kind of made me lose interest in that character. But then Clown Hunter came along, and I like Clown Hunter. The only thing I think they should have done differently with Clown Hunter, honestly, is it seems like lately when they have a new character, when they introduce a really cool new character like Clown Hunter and Punchline, they want to jump right into the origin. That's not always a good idea. Sometimes it's good to have that sort of mystique about the character, sort of build up who they are before you find out who they were. You know, he's a cool character, and it's kind of organic the way that they're giving his origin. But honestly, they could have done without giving his origin away so soon. But be that as it may, he's still a great character. If they give him any kind of a one-shot or a mini, I don't think he can support an ongoing series, but if they do any kind of like an ongoing or a mini-series or a one-shot, I'm definitely going to be on board for it, because I really do like that character. Moving on, we've got Power Rangers number 10. Loving some Power Ranger stuff. And then wrapping up Godzilla's Monsters and Protectors, I got this one, the worst cover ever for a Godzilla book. Photo cover is one of my least favorite characters, but it is what it is. Beyond the Reach number 2. I really liked number 1. Number 1 was a lot of fun, so I figured, what the heck, I'm going to see where it goes with issue 2. So I might give this maybe until issue 3 or 4 before I decide whether or not I'm going to keep it. Radiant Black, we're on issue 7, and I do like that cover. So this one picks up from, because issue 6 was sort of a filler issue, giving us the origin of her. And so this one picks up from the events of the way issue 5. So it picks up from issue 5, since issue 6 was sort of a flashback issue. So I'm very curious about that. And then I grabbed Noctera number 6. I'm really still enjoying this series, and I don't know if this is an ongoing, if this is a maxi series or what, but I'm really enjoying that. So, but that's it. Those are the books that I picked up this week. Not really a big haul. I know next week, but then my next week's video, I'm going to be getting nowhere near as many books. I think there's only maybe like three books that I'm getting next week, maybe 4. But I'm going to have a lot of variant covers, because we've got Darkhawk number 1 coming out, and we've got the Superman Lobo number 1 coming out from Black Label, and I'm going to be getting a couple of those variant covers as well. So that's it. That's what I got, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for continuing to check out my Full Run Fridays and checking out my Mini Mondays. Feedback is always good. I'm always open to feedback. Anything like that. But I gotta wrap this up so I can get on Full Run Friday for you guys for tomorrow. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button. Most importantly, just slap that like button. It doesn't take that much effort. Just if you're watching me on your phone, just click that like button. If you're watching me on your computer or laptop, click that like button. I would like to get some more likes. That sounds a little redundant, but it would be nice to get more likes. Okay, I'm going to say it that way. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see everybody next week, next Thursday, with another review haul video, and we'll see you tomorrow, Full Run Friday. It's going to be Ghost Rider Part 2. Have a good night.